That's the stream deck.
Quit playing.
And I'm vlogging it too. Gas showed up. What's happening?
Yeah.
Someone doesn't sound too
Yes.
sure about that.
He's so mad.
He's about to drive a Ferrari F430.
Well,
Now your camera.
look at me on
Why?
camera.
Yo,
It
what
did it.
did you do?
Came
So,
there doing the Spider-Man.
welcome back to the Any and Everything podcast where we know absolutely everything about nothing. I'm one of the hosts, Ralph, of course, you know, Moan, Zoe, Mark, the original squad, joined by the Ladies Takeover podcast, which is Amber and Mel. Lauren should be back in the building here in a second. I don't know if she's ready yet. There she go. There she go. What it do, family? How y'all been? How y'all doing, man?
Ooh, Dapper. Mario, what's happening, big dog? Guy and
What's
Kelly.
good?
What's going on? What's going on?
So, so those that do watch the podcast, today is part 2. We did How Far Are You Willing to Go in the Bedroom 2 weeks ago. We decided to do a part 2 with the ladies because it was all of our input, and of course y'all just in the chat, right? So we need to get some input from our beautiful co-host and ladies down here.
Ooh,
Okay. And of course we need to hear from y'all over here on the side as well, over here in the comments, because of course y'all make this interesting every damn time. But as normal, I guess are we gonna get into what we got into this week, because my shit's real short.
Oh, yeah, let's get it.
All right, I'm gonna go first. I ain't do shit but go to work. All right.
Damn, that was long and extensive.
Hey man,
That was
hell of a
good.
week. Hell of a week.
That was a hard ass week.
Somebody, let's keep the ball
Shoot, I
rolling.
go
man.
Hey,
next,
you know
man.
what?
Oh, go ahead, Zo. Go ahead.
Man, dog, go ahead, man. Shit, Mr. Ghostbuster himself.
Well,
Dog.
I gotta represent
You know
for
what
what
I'm
we
saying?
grew up to, big dog. No, I didn't do too much of that, man. I had my little kid's birthday party last Sunday, so that's why I wasn't on. With that. Secondly, we got our Airbnb locked down for Atlanta, so we'll be out there. We'll be doing a live podcast out there. We also gonna vlog it, so stay tuned for the vlog video we're gonna dish out when it comes out. We're gonna be acting a fool, just to let y'all know.
Whole lot of drinks.
We're gonna have a ball.
So go ahead, get into it, my guy. What you get into?
Man, so I took my parents today to go see Dragon Ball Superhero.
Dog, how you
Me,
like
my
it?
son,
I saw
my
it yesterday. I mean, day before yesterday.
I enjoyed it, dog. It was pretty damn dope, dog. It's good to see my boy back in this, spotlight, doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? Hitting him with
LV,
the,
what's happening?
special beams and shit like that. But
Hey,
it was
Mario,
good,
you
though.
right. I am eating good, dog.
And other than that, though, same thing as always, working. So
That's what's up. Marky Mark. What
Keep
about
it
you,
moving.
Brody?
I work.
In the store?
That's all he got.
In the store. Let's keep it moving.
I work.
Let's keep it moving. Am, you up next. What you get into this week?
So same, pretty much just went to work. Yesterday I finally was able to find a Spirit Halloween that's open. Thank goodness. I love Halloween. Anybody who knows me knows I love to dress up. I love to
So what you gonna be?
I'm trying to be a female Hellboy, but
that's gonna be fire.
That's gonna be a
That's
lot though. And I'm not gonna lie, that's just being honest. This year has been challenging in a lot of ways. And I just don't think I have it. I don't know. I don't have the motivation like I usually do, but I'm trying to get it back up there. So, but going to actually look at the Halloween costumes and the decor and stuff kind of inspired me a little bit. So I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to get back into it this year. Because last Halloween I like came up with this last minute costume because I almost didn't dress up last year, but this year I'm gonna try to get back into it. So it was dope. They had a lot of stuff in there.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
All right.
Looking forward to the Halloween. Lauren, my baby, what it do? Holla
What's
at us. How was
going
your week?
on? Was my week was it was work. It was work and kids and home and that's about it. I feel you, Amber, on that Halloween thing. I am a huge lover of Halloween myself. So yeah, this year I will be dressing up this year. So
What you gonna
I'm
be?
getting
You got an idea, or you got a
yeah,
few?
I'm gonna, do the black version of Harley Quinn. So
Nice,
Yay.
Oh, that's
nice.
nice.
So,
That's
so
nice.
which movie version though?
So that's what I'm trying to narrow down. So that's what I'm because I was like, in a few of them, like she's different. Like she still kind of has that badass always, but I'm just trying to figure out which one I kind of feel more connected to. So,
Okay,
I'm gonna try to narrow that down over like the next 2 weeks.
okay,
All
okay.
right, all right. And
All
Melly
right.
Mel, sweetheart, talk to me. What's good? How
Oh,
was your
she
y'all.
got
week?
her camera right. Look at it.
Um,
Man,
Debo about to got both hands.
Hello.
She got there.
Shut up. Nothing this week. What did I do this week? I didn't do anything really.
Head
I
this
worked.
week.
I worked. That was about it. But I didn't do nothing. Packed for my
Well,
trip coming up. That's about it.
Oh, okay, where you gonna be at?
I am going to Miami for the Bronner Brothers beauty show.
So you picked the
hey,
perfect time to go because I
yo.
haven't been to Miami like that. I went there on a cruise at one point, but
Hmm
I've never hung out down there. And the only thing I see all over the internet is y'all shaking y'all ass all the time. That's the only thing I know about Miami. That's all
I've
y'all do.
never been to
it's way
Miami
more
before,
than
so
that,
this is
dog.
gonna be something new
That's
to me
all I
too.
see. That's all I see.
The city of twerking.
Won't be
Mel
me,
might throw her
but
back out if she try to twerk.
Well,
Uh,
I'm gonna say let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Is it moving?
One of the things I do know for a fact is that with all of us on here, all we do is work. You know what I'm saying? This is a little bit of free time and it's a little bit of fun getting into this podcast. So I do
Hey
appreciate
man,
y'all all being
so
here,
what y'all
man.
sipping on though?
oh yeah,
Ooh.
I
we
don't
stole
have
this. We stole this
anything.
from LV. So and
Yeah.
his crew over there at Said Podcast. So show what y'all drinking. So this would be me, but it's gone.
Casamigos.
It's gone. But I'm trying to wait until we get to Atlanta to get it in. So
That mean Mon gonna be blasted as
Oh, I
soon
mean
as
you
he
gonna be
gets
blasted then.
yeah,
immediately.
he's saving it up.
Oh man, dog. He gonna be he
He's
gonna be gone.
So
preserving
like
the liver.
so Mon, the trip to Atlanta, is this like a family thing or is just the boys?
the boys.
It's
Oh,
the
that's gonna be
fellas.
nice.
It's
Hmm.
the fellas.
Yeah, that's the fellas.
Nice.
All
Yeah.
right, so
Mhm.
let's get into this, man. Which I kind of want to drag in what Amber and Lauren was talking about as far as
Uh-uh.
Halloween, because apparently this time when we put the poll out, the number one pick was role play.
Oh, okay. So let's get to it then.
You know what I'm
I didn't know you
saying?
was gonna go straight to the poll.
We going straight and pause. See
Got him.
why you have to
Got
go
him.
there,
He
man?
went straight to that boy, didn't he?
All right, so as you can see, we put another poll back up, and role play hit it off with 20 votes. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie, I picked that
I
one
like
myself. Threesome moved down a couple spots because that was number one 2 weeks ago. But it looks like role play toys, then threesomes, then bondage, which I mean I can see bondage
Makes
and
sense.
toys kind of being somewhat on the same thing. Titty fucking. I've never
I
seen.
was surprised that
I was
this got up to
surprised.
the level. I didn't know
14
people was
votes.
into that. I tried it one
No,
time and I
it's
felt
not
stupid.
as bad. It's not as bad. You have to have a rhythm.
A rhythm.
So you gotta
Uh,
play some music.
Here's my here. Wow.
You
Okay,
gotta be
listen.
ready for the
But
surprise.
but here's my thing though. Here's my thing, right? The things that
Confetti
worry
come out.
me. I'm,
Surprise, surprise, right in your eyes. All right.
I'm a heavy guy. You know what I'm saying?
So the stomach gonna
And
hit him in the face first.
I mean, you might get navel and everything else too with it. You know what I'm saying?
So
Right.
what you have to do would be at the end of the bed, laying all the way back, dog,
I'm,
so she could get
I'm
that boy going. You know what I'm saying?
ha! DB
Hey, you
says
know
she
what?
might
You know,
get
hold on, dog. Hold on. First off, I need to address this comment. Dirt,
yo.
fuck you, Dad. All right. You can kiss my whole ass.
Oh damn.
Hey, but okay, so one of the reasons why I certainly want to drag the Halloween into this, you know what I'm saying? Because I always wonder when people do role playing, how far do you go? Right? Do you get fully into it? Do you just act it out, or are you actually getting the costumes? Because outside of Halloween, you got to get real creative to make out a costume. You know what I'm saying? Around Halloween, it's
Tony,
nothing to
what's
go get a
happening?
lab
Chris
coat.
Hansen,
You
what's
know what I'm saying?
happening? Dre,
It's
DLB, what's good?
it's nothing to go get a utility belt or some shit from the Halloween store. But you know, if you ain't got no Halloween store, you rocking a regular belt and just decide to put pockets on it. I'm confused.
Well, I
But
mean, it depends on what your partner like, what your partner is attracted to. You know, like some women like to see men in uniform. It don't take it. You can go get you a dicky top. That's a button down type of uniform. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you can make it. You can add to it. Amazon got everything. If she like
that's
police
facts.
officers, you get you some custom Amazon. You get ones with the fur, without the fur, if you want to feel the real deal. Like I'm just saying, like it's not hard to play role play, dress it up.
Bro,
Okay,
Lauren be
okay.
role playing with that voice of hers, dog.
It's like because I
Yeah.
know for like
That accent be getting popping up. All right, I'm done.
Hey,
Okay.
listen, I think that only works for people that's not from Jersey because her husband's from Jersey, so he
Mm.
probably used to the shit. He probably like, oh yo, she started talking about to argue. Where some of
You
y'all like,
know what?
damn, give
We
me that
have
Jersey accent.
honestly no, we have never role played. We haven't. In all the years we've been together, we have never role played. This anything that I speak about today, I mean, some things would probably be from the past.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
go ahead and cover your ass.
Disclaimer.
We understand.
Disclaimer.
Hey,
That disclaimer right
some of
on
the
out
stuff
there.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about is
yeah,
gonna
she
be
wanted to make
towards the
that known
future.
first. Like, let me cover my ass real quick because I'm gonna say some shit.
From the
Not about
past,
nothing.
Yep.
please.
Right? I'm like, wait a minute, I don't
But you
remember
know
us
what? But
doing
that's
that shit.
cool. That's
The
cool
fuck?
because you can keep that in the bag in case, you know, things are not what they used to be. And you can be creative and come up with something if you guys are having a hard time or something that needs to curve you guys' attention back to
Right.
what you guys used to have. So I think that's cool to have something in the back that you never funny in the back
Yeah. And then
that you've
also
never had.
I have a bondage kit, so I'm just waiting
Oh,
for him.
I want to do some
Yeah,
I'm
bondage,
too
listen,
dog.
scared,
dog
man.
That'll,
gotta, hey, listen,
man.
dog.
I'm too scared
Listen,
for that. I
dog.
feel like
I
100
got
niggas gonna come in
Not
here and
bad.
jump me
she
and
got a
tell me
she got a secret room or
What
some
did you
shit.
think about
Like,
that
wait
you
a
would
wait a
automatically
minute.
go
Yeah,
there?
what type of
Got a
relationship
custom.
you
Like,
got?
what the fuck?
What type of
But as he's like,
Like,
hey,
that's where you go?
it's time to get it in. Get his ass. Like, wait
Man,
a minute.
open his legs. I'm coming in. Oh, what the fuck?
oh, so
Dog, yeah, who the fuck thinks like
Yeah,
that?
you got to be
so
careful
hold
with
on
all that,
before we
dog.
get off the screen though and get into it. I gotta mention something. Some of y'all nasty. Who eating booty though?
That's right.
Dog,
Three
why did he
people.
get 3 votes though?
And three people
God, 3 whole
here.
votes.
But here's the thing. Now, this is not just a normal, have you done it? This is what is your favorite thing to do. So somebody,
Right.
three people out there, their favorite thing to do is to crack back down.
But you know what? If it's their thing, it's their thing. You know, they can't jump. That's what they
Right.
do.
Yeah,
It's
You
everybody
know.
be
nothing wrong
mad.
with
The
that.
fact
Like
that they
it's
like chocolate
nothing.
all over their face. Like,
Yo, but here's this other thing. It's six people for swingers.
Yeah, I
oh,
was surprised at that. I was surprised. I didn't even know that was well, we knew it was a thing, right? But I didn't know
Mhm.
that it has such popularity. I mean, Mark did tell us he went to a swinger party. What was that, 2 episodes ago?
It was pretty
yeah.
Yeah.
bad. It was pretty.
Mhm.
And
I
he
mean,
went in there and didn't know what the hell he was about to do.
I didn't know what was going
Should I
on.
Bang
jump?
somebody
Should I
wife.
go left? Should I go right? Should I
I
put
was
it on her
lost.
head?
Yeah,
No, you
I
didn't
was
know.
lost. I was
But okay,
lost.
so that there's another thing right there, right? That's how far are you really willing to go? You know what I'm saying? If you come home and somebody's setting you up with an extra, right? And of course, the first thing is guys, we're gonna see them like, damn, it's another chicken here. But then over there in the corner is
Alex
her
say
husband.
orgasm.
I mean, how far are you willing to go? 'Cause I tell you what, ain't nobody else touching mine.
I mean, I think a lot of this stuff though is like you can't just jump into it. I mean, you really gotta talk to whoever your partner is first. Like if I came home and saw an extra person in the room, I might actually get highly upset.
It's
So
time to fight.
like,
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
but I think that would change people's like openness to certain things because it depends on really how you go about it. Because if you try to surprise somebody with those sorts of activities, it might not go over so well, and you might actually be more closed off to it. So
right?
Surprise!
I feel like that can go both ways, right? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And a lot of times, if you really in the moment and you getting into it, and you ain't paying attention, the next thing you know, you tied to a bed. You're like, yo, whoa! I ain't signed up for all that. You know what I'm saying? At what point do you just have to talk about it? Because I know sometimes some of us like the spontaneousness, right? We don't want to know what's coming. We want to, you want to be pushed into
Oh,
it.
she know
You know
what's
what I'm
coming,
saying?
all right.
But at the same time, like I said, you ain't about to just tie me fuck up. You ain't give me no warning or nothing, man. That's how you get into the goddamn fight.
Get attacked.
to
Right.
me,
That's
you
how you.
always, I think I think you always should talk about it. Like when it comes down to sexual activities, because being spontaneous, that's kind of it's just you kind of being risky, even if it is somebody that you've been with for a long time. Like they might not have opened up to you about certain things, and you might try to surprise them with something, and it might trigger them. You just don't know. So I just, my
Yeah,
opinion,
but isn't there a thing though where when you have that spontaneous moment, it's a little bit more, what can I
exciting.
say, more fit? Yeah, it's a little bit more exciting to it because
Um,
you're just freestyling and it's
it
just
really depends,
I
though.
agree.
Depends on the situation.
I think it can be exciting. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off whoever was speaking. I'm
no,
sorry.
you're okay.
But yeah, it can be exciting. I just think you just should be careful and mindful and like, and I guess read the individual if that's what you want to do, but just brace yourself for it not to, for a
Right.
possible negative reaction. But it for some people it can be exciting when you're in the middle of something and out of nowhere they try something.
And
And
see,
you might get
Right.
a
No, I
positive.
mean, I'm all for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm definitely all for the spontaneous stuff and trying things new to a certain extent, though. Like we have to talk about what it is that you want to try
Spontaneous.
and if I'm willing to try it. Because I've had an episode where the person did not tell me that they were going to try something and completely caught me off guard, and it was not a happy ending. We did not have any happy endings from that. Um, so you definitely have to talk to your partner, talk
Yeah,
to whoever it is in the moment with okay, for example, if you want to surprise her by like you eating it, and then you all of a sudden want to just lick the ass real quick, that's different. That's a nice surprise. That's just like, whoa.
Surprise, surprise. Guess what?
Maybe you should be a little bit.
So I mean, that's definitely a surprise that I'm always down for. I'm always open to that type of surprise. But the surprise that I got was like the plunger, and I was not waiting. I was not open
yeah,
to
I
that
mean,
type of surprise.
Well, but here's the deal. Like, so I guess I got to share something. I think Ralph the only one to know this. I had a girl who, I don't want to pull out details because y'all know who this is, but she was like giving me head, right?
mhm.
When we were in school, and she surprisingly licked my ass, and I made a mistake, kicked her in the face, right?
Yo, listen,
What?
that that
So
spontaneousness.
so I understand on that aspect because it was just a reaction, right?
Right.
And I kicked her, and she was mad and crying, her nose was bleeding, but I just reacted to it because that's the no door, and you
That's
went down
facts.
there, and so I had to do all this apologizing and stuff. But I see what you mean. Like that should have been a conversation.
Hey,
You
Right.
but you
gotta
know
know
And,
what?
your
but I've
partner. You
actually
can't
had
be
a
doing
guy
stuff
who has
like that.
asked me to do that.
Those the ones that I'd be worried about if I was you. But I hear you. But and I feel like I went through the exact same thing. The first initial reaction is to either punch somebody in the face or kick
That's
them
right,
in the
Peyton.
head because that's a forbidden area.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why you do it? Like, what you mean? Why did I do that? Why did you do that? Like, anybody asked you to do all that? But once again, who's supposed to? When are you supposed to have that conversation?
It got to
Right as you
come
were
up.
getting
When you
It
into
start
has
it.
to
when you
come up.
start fucking.
No, not that.
You
No,
just have
I
to
see before
casually.
that.
Y'all gotta
You
have
can-
that conversation
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in a good setting. Like if y'all just talking about everything, then throw that in somewhere in the conversation you want to talk about sexual enhancements. You want to talk about what to do in bed to make it better. You just want to do it and just do it. Like what I'm saying? Like some people say when and how and Oh, when the full moon is out, when the stars are just right. Fuck all that. Sit down and have that conversation.
Right. Like,
you
first of all,
wanna
you're
try
not
it.
baking. This is not, you're not baking a cake.
Yeah, there
You're
you
not
go.
sitting there
Yeah.
waiting for the timer to go off for when you can go and check the oven. This is
Thank
not what this. You are grown people that are ready to engage in sexual intercourse. You should be having this conversation like
Anyway,
before. Like, what are you
Okay.
waiting for?
what are you
So
waiting?
this is
I like my
before.
ass eat. I'm gonna tell you. I like when you eat my ass. I like to have my ass licked. I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So I'm just saying it should not, there should be no easing into that because I'm telling you now what it is that I like. What's the problem?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't
No,
like
I
I don't like
hear
nobody
you.
touching my
I
balls.
hear you. But
Don't touch my
but that's
balls, man.
you.
There's something
That's
about
you
the
telling
balls.
somebody, right? And some people were like, oh, I like to be surprised. And I think that's where a lot of people get in trouble because you
Yeah.
fuck around like, oh, you like to be surprised? Bet. Go ahead. I made it from the back. And the next thing you know, he's plugging it in.
Right.
And now you can't poo right for the next 2 weeks. I'm
Oh no,
just
you
saying,
gonna pull right. You gonna definitely go right.
that
You
shit
gonna
gonna
go when you ain't expecting to go.
boom, boom. It's gonna come out like
And I hate to
cannon.
say it because most surprises turn into
well, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Of like you saying you have this conversation before you start fucking, or as you getting ready to get into the situation. Because if somebody's smashing and you're like, oh yeah, baby, surprise, I'm gonna put it in your butt. That ruins the whole movie.
But
Does it not?
that's the problem is that people assume that's I think people are trying to avoid ruining the mood.
That's
So like,
exactly what it is.
but and I get it because when you're in the moment, some people don't want to talk. But it's like but it's ways to. It's funny because when I'm sure my fellow classmates / friends are in here. When I went to the University of Michigan, I joined this sexpertise program.
Wait, who said that? Are you
And
insinuating?
sex. Yeah, miss.
Somebody got caught.
Now we know. Now we know who voted for eating ass. I'm just gonna say nothing else.
But like a lot of the students that I would talk to or that we would facilitate these programs for, that was their main concern is they don't want to ruin the mood or they don't, they want to go off of body language. But that's actually, it's just, you just have to really know, I guess, somebody when it gets to that point. Because if you're like doing a one night stand thing, that's
Your
very
nails long as
different
hell, bro.
than when, I grow them long all the time. Anyway, but yeah, it's just you.
I'm gonna kill you, bud.
You just gotta be careful with it's a thin line between ruining a moment and just actually, I guess, being respectful. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you don't know what that person is into, and then when it's a one night stand kind of thing, that can get a little tricky. Anyway, so
We doing some one night
All
stand.
right,
Hopefully,
so-
you're not
so I
doing all the
gotta-
extra extras because
Why not? It's a
people
woman.
do.
What
People
you-
do.
what
They
you-
because
What's wrong with you?
you don't want to make any assumptions because like
going
that's
to
what they
Pound Town
call.
and that's it.
I'm never gonna see you again. If it's a one night stand, I'm never gonna see you again. I'm gonna
But
see you
see,
today.
now this is what I'm saying. I'm so
Imagine how
glad we're
that-
getting on this. I'm so glad we're
Imagine
getting on this.
how that can go.
Just listen, because that's how a lot of celebrities get caught into these sex scandals. They be having these one night stands, something go wrong, then 2 weeks later it's like, oh yeah, Chris Brown did this because you was in the bed with him, and then they be looking like, oh, how y'all gonna blame the girl? She didn't ask for that, and it's like, well. But at the same token, it's like that's the problem right there. That's the whole problem right there. Because you thinking it's a one night stand, we're not gonna see each other no more. You try to do these things, and then they turn out to be bad. So I mean, ultimately,
Well, that's the thing. You have to know who you picking for a one night stand. You have to be selective in your one night stand picking. It's just like, come on, like we buy.
No, hold on. No, you don't.
We buy
You don't
shit.
have
Yes,
to
we
pick.
do.
You don't have to pick
be
your one night
for
stand.
Females need to be selective in one night stands. You need to be selective of who you choose to go ahead and do this with. Plus, we not celebrities.
Hey,
Ain't
me
nobody
too.
trying to hold
I
nothing on
tell
my
you
head.
what,
I did
I've
nothing.
I'm
had-
just speaking because that's the thing why I say celebrities, because you got a lot of people who are not celebrities going through that same thing, and because they're not celebrities, they're going to jail for these things that they did, and they ain't got nothing to say for it. It's like, okay, well, I picked this girl up from the club, we did so and so, now she accusing me of rape. Vice versa.
See, I think that goes back to in the beginning, like at the end of the day, it comes down to communication. That's very important when you're engaging in any sexual activity. And it's something that's very simple. It's just simply getting consent. And I mean, a verbal consent will save your ass. Like if you going off a body
Literally.
language,
Ladies,
Right.
literally.
off of the
Save your ass,
mood.
literally.
Okay, all right. So I got a question. Here's a question because I see this a lot
I
where
mean,
you see a lot of people get in trouble, right? The girl leads the guy on, and they both end up drinking, and they end up having sex. And the girl didn't like what happened, and now she's calling rape, but she was the one that started it.
yeah,
You
but
know,
that's why I
so
say
but that started with the conversation.
technically too is technically illegal to consent to any sexual activity when you're under the influence. So like if you are drunk and you say, yeah, let's have sex or whatever, that's why that's technically illegal, and it's technically legal for her to claim rape the next day, or whoever, like, because she could say, oh, I was drunk, I wasn't okay with this. So it's like and I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's a lot of people who do get drunk, have sex, have one night stands, and wake up and just forget about it and move on. But there's people who wake up and feel the opposite, and they feel taken advantage of, or they might not be okay with it. So like they really it's just really just about a matter of getting that verbal consent, and also it's best to get that when they're not drunk. And sometimes you don't know that they're drunk, or you don't know if they're under the influence.
And it's okay for men to actually say, "Nah, I'm good." If she's drunk,
I ain't gonna say that.
it's okay for a man to say, "Nah, I'm good." But see, that's the conversation that a lot of men don't want to have.
Right.
And it ain't, and it's not. It really ain't even for today's show, to be honest. But just to put that
I
out
was
there,
just ready
a
to
man
say,
has the right to actually say, "Nah, I'm good. You're too intoxicated. I'm gonna go ahead and walk away from this." You know what I'm saying? Sometimes men got to start thinking with their brains instead of their penis.
A lot of men don't know the laws on it either, and then they end up in situation because they
Right.
didn't want to say no.
Exactly.
all
Yep.
right,
Yeah.
It's very common for,
hold up.
but
Let's
I'm
pump
sorry.
the brakes. Let's
I was
pump
about
the
to pump the
brakes.
brake. I just had to like, since we're touching on that a little bit, I did want to touch on the idea of consent and things like that, because we got people watching, and I just didn't want to. But like, I guess to bring it back to the question at hand, I can't, for obvious reasons, my brother, I can't get into things that I am open to, but I can talk about the things I'm not open to. And I don't, you got to leave my
Yeah.
back door alone. That's for me. Just leave that alone.
Why is Mark putting on his hat?
Okay,
Mark.
I'll talk
All right,
about
so
stuff that I don't want.
so let's switch it up a little bit. So I want to know who got the nuts on here, right? So who's willing to admit some of the selections that they picked?
I already did.
I don't care.
We picked it once for the last one. I'm talking about our multiple selections. What's all the selections that y'all picked?
So once again, I didn't follow instructions. I didn't realize that you could pick multiples. So I only
Okay.
pick one. Right? So, I picked what's at the top, which is role play.
All right.
Now,
What
with that being
you got
said,
picked?
with that being said, I ain't really gotten to that yet. I plan on getting into that. You know what I'm saying? Once again, trying to keep some things fresh. The bondage thing was 2 weeks ago. And I guess I'm gonna have to go with the with the toys.
Okay.
That would be my three.
Okay.
And I'll throw blindfold on there too. I'm gonna throw blindfold on there too.
Nigga getting freakier every time you read it.
What else is on this motherfucker? Let me see. No, that's pretty much that's gonna be my threshold, because I done been down the whole threesome way, been there, done that. Not interested.
All right, Mark, what you got, dog?
Oh God.
What you got? Come on, have some nuts on this show.
Excuse me. I think I picked every one of them except for the ass eating and the swinging
swallowing
thing.
cum.
It's a
You
few
picked
of
that
them I
too?
picked.
Well, I mean, you can do it when you eat pussy.
Oh
Well,
my
I mean,
God.
it's just, I think I'm not gonna lie. I think I picked every one of them other than the damn anal thing and the fucking I can't read that shit to save my life.
Did you blow it up?
And swallowing kids. I'm helping you out here. Is that the one you talking about?
Now
That's
that's
the one
what
you
I'm
didn't
saying.
pick.
Like, see, when y'all
Is
say
that
that,
better?
see, look. Now let me say this right. Pause. Like a motherfucker. When I pick that, I'm saying for the spouse. Like, I love it when she does it. Like, you get what I'm
Okay,
saying? Like,
just making sure, Brody.
yeah, please make sure, because I mean, look at me. I'm not fucking playing. But
That's what I'm saying, bro. I just don't want to make sure you ain't out here,
But I think I picked everyone, but the orgy, swingers, and the anal thingamajiggy. But I can't read that shit to save my life.
All right,
I
so
didn't read that either.
the other one was cum torture.
What the fuck?
That's when they
picked that
take.
one
That's when
either. I
they
don't
take
know
your
what the-
soul. That's when they take your soul.
This shit is
Bro.
ridiculous.
Bro, I swear, Moan always got to pick one that's just outside the box, bro.
Out
I
there.
mean, but is it though? I'm pretty sure. I'm about to put y'all on blast. I'm pretty sure these three ladies here have tortured somebody after
Absolutely.
after they let off.
Who answered that? Lauren? Lauren answered that?
Absolutely.
Did you
I
really
said,
have
I
to
didn't even
guess?
look at the camera. I didn't even look.
Like, did you have to guess? Did you really have to guess?
Mhm.
But anyway, yeah, I think that's what it was. I stick with that. You know, I got balls. I think that's what happened.
Well, I picked the role play, the toys, the cream pie, the cum torture, and the anal. Not on me, but you know, just
I mean, exactly. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So
We live
those was mine. All right, Zoe, come on, show some nuts.
Oh man, it's easy. Ain't no showing no nuts. I have no problem talking about this shit. You seen my Facebook page before? Role play, toys, bondage. I picked blindfold. I picked them, of course, them swallowing, and then that cum torture. I picked all that. That's what I like that shit.
Yeah, right. All right, ladies, y'all think y'all can do it, or you want us to skip y'all?
You picked
No.
blindfold?
That's the whole point of bringing them in this week.
All right, Zoe, want to hear it.
No, I'm saying.
I'll say
We can-
this.
we can
Okay.
skip
I don't
Amber.
remember what I put down, but I ain't willing to do none of this stuff with
full of
nobody that ain't put a ring on it.
We know
None of
that. Just pick what you
Oh my
like.
God.
You're
I'm just
gonna
saying,
add some
like, I don't know.
caveat
I
to
can't
it.
remember which one I picked. I can't even read this.
She said
I can't
all
remember
of
which
it.
one I picked, but not all of them. I know I didn't. It was a few of them that I did
Yeah,
not
go
pick.
damn.
Let me see.
She
I'm
said
about to
all of
say
them as long as she got a ring on her finger.
I did not say that. Absolutely not. I don't know which one. I'm trying to look on the other screen.
Well, it's on the big
I got it
screen
close.
here.
Role
Right.
play, blindfolded. I think I picked toys. I think.
I feel like this is a test. Like you scared you're gonna fail it.
No, I don't remember which one I picked, but
You're
yeah,
struggling.
I think that's what I picked. Those three.
All right, Amber.
Poor Mark. Poor Mark.
Mark,
Look,
lead the
look,
room.
I'll kick Mark out. There you go. All right, go ahead.
Yo, I was sitting there looking at Mark's face. I'm like,
Hurry
he's
up,
like,
hurry up
oh,
before we put Mark back in here.
shit.
I picked everything. No, I'm kidding. Can you scroll? I think you made it too big, or you scrolled up or something. Oh, okay. I picked. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I picked role play, bondage, and I think blindfold. I think those
Okay.
are the, yeah.
See, that wasn't even bad. All right.
Because I figured you was gonna have me do this, so
Mark. Look at Mark.
he probably still heard me in the other room.
FYI. FY fucking I. Just because you take me off the screen does not mean it goes mute. So
I couldn't hear what he said. I kicked him off again. No, I'm playing. What's good?
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad, Mark.
All right, Lauren. I think did you go yet, Lauren, or no?
And then DZ, what it do, Brody?
Okay. Could you make it bigger? Because
Anthony,
all right. So you want to know? So this is just pretty much how far am I willing to go? So role play, toys, bondage, blindfold, cream pie, swallowing, cum torture.
wait. You picked all this?
Yeah.
I thought you were just reading the list.
No, this is what I picked. And then I'm definitely always open to get my ass ate. I love that. So
Okay.
You know what? Hey, let's make it interesting.
Oh, Jesus.
Very interesting. For those of my commenters, you know what I mean? The people that's commenting, just write down what you prefer. Just type it. Type it in
That's
the
smart.
comment.
Hey, that's a good idea, Mark.
It's 15 of y'all in here.
It's
So.
15 of y'all.
Oh, wow.
Just
My
write
Hey, she was
what y'all
quick with
prefer.
it.
My wife is on it.
come on, Alex. That's what I'm
Y'all-
talking about, Alex.
Y'all tell us what y'all want. Y'all go ahead and get into it. Y'all tell us what y'all want.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, my wife spoke.
And as
He said he's
we
good.
stroll
Into work.
along, we'll
Come
go
on,
ahead and throw them
DD. We
up
got
here.
DB on there.
Come
We got
on, yeah.
Anthony Brown. Come on, man. Y'all put y'all on there, man. Put your nuts out. Put your nuts out.
You see, Durham?
Okay. DLB over here on some other shit, boy. I ain't ever drinking with this motherfucker at his house,
Oh, okay.
bro.
Well,
Bring
I'll
your
just
own
start keeping
cup.
them on.
Dog, Vizzle,
Hey,
man, you better.
Wait, why y'all out
Hey.
here serving goblet
We'll
songs?
bring you into the damn podcast for real, Vizzle. Stop bullshit.
Why you over there collecting your shit like samples and putting them in your house cup, bro?
That nigga
Trying
sitting
to
there
figure
like,
out. All right.
say
Here you
that
go,
for later.
All right, here you go, baby. That's a good one. Like you can't. No, that's disgusting, dog. I thought you was better than that.
But I love to
DB.
know. I love to know. Just curious. I love to know. God damn,
So,
Lauren,
all
you
right.
done read the whole list?
I didn't read the whole list. I left
you
some
did.
things off. I left a few things off. Like I'm not willing to try anal anymore. I've done that. I've been surprised by it, and I'm not a fan of it anymore.
Lauren was adding stuff to the list.
Nah, it never fails with Chris. Nah.
Oh man.
I'm a club shooter. That means you like filling up based in the Texas.
Hey,
feel
I'm
you,
with
my
him.
guy.
I'm weak with that. I can't pull out to save my life. So I got my kids.
Jesus Christ.
This motherfucker said I can't pull out to save my life.
No.
All right, so with the list that
can't
y'all have
save
given
my life.
an anonymous opinion, I don't know how often y'all have tried it, but do you think you are well versed in those items that you picked, or is that something you feel most definitely needs some work?
Hey,
That's
that was my first time meeting you the other day, and I definitely think you dope as hell. So yeah,
LV wife always been fun, bro.
Yeah.
Like you haven't even met the full her yet.
Bruh,
She a fool.
She is hilarious, bro.
Who, me?
No,
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
hilarious
yeah,
too. Don't get it twisted.
I zoned out for a minute. I'm sorry.
Think about that. Think about them shit lips.
right.
See,
Alex.
and that's the thing.
Alex, it's not that I'm shy. It's my brother. I can't have this kind
It's
of.
very weird, Alex. I'm sorry. It's very weird. I can't really say, I was knee deep in some chocolate pie one time in my life, and then I got that nigga or that nigga right here. It's very weird. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very weird. It's a sad situation because it's a sad one. I had a lot of people get stuck in like bed frames. I had a lot of people get stuck in like laundry machines and stuff like that. I had experienced that where it's like, oh, I'm stuck, and I'm like, oh, let me help you come out. You know what I'm saying? But I can't get into those kind of things because I can't get into those kind of things.
Something wrong with him, man. Something wrong with him, man.
All right, so Chris want to know what about the sneaky link stuff.
Listen, I have none.
What is that?
Well, of course not. But
that?
I'm pretty sure back in the day, you had a
back
few.
in the day. I mean,
Back in the day,
you want to hear some stories now?
What is that? I
we
want to
ain't got
know.
enough. It ain't enough time on this podcast.
I was about to say that's a whole nother podcast.
It ain't
That's
enough
why
time on
he
this
requested.
podcast.
That's why he requested the title. So that's got to be one of the titles.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
A sneaky link is pretty much a side chick, bro.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You trying to
Alex
get the borders.
Free.
Or somebody that you don't want nobody to know about.
Jesus Christ!
Right.
Or they don't want nobody to know about you.
Right. Vice versa.
Man, no, I ain't touched that one. Doing good. Well, you were just deep in that shit last night.
That's what I'm talking about.
Kevin, what's happening?
Yes, they did, Kevin.
Mission.
They was called missions, Kevin. You're right. They all had a mission.
But see that right there, what Chris just said, that's the problem with having a sneaky link.
I got shot messing with a sneaky link. Whoa, Chris.
Oh, wow.
They got shot at, yeah.
Shot at
I mean,
Chris.
Well, I'm glad you're still here.
Hey,
For real.
Chris, man, you know you can't be doing too much sneaky links in Detroit, Brody. That's not a good look,
seriously,
bro.
I actually was chased with a butcher knife by a sneaky links significant other. So I've never been shot at, but I've been chased with a knife. And for whatever reason, I don't know why she thought I was going to fight her over him. First of all, she was missing a whole front tooth. You have nothing to lose. I'm not fighting you. I'm not going to fight you over no man. And I mean, honestly, I've never really fought over a man outside of my husband. Like that's the only person I really have ever thrown hands over. And that's just because he do some stupid shit. He made me crazy.
That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to make you crazy.
Lauren, you are an interesting book. I swear to God, Lauren, you are just an extraordinary species of mankind that I've ever experienced my entire life.
I would just say this. I will say this to Mark. You are absolutely right. You have no idea.
No clue.
That's what Ralph keeps telling us. We ain't even seen
clue.
Lauren yet.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Bro, the real Lauren, bro. I tell you, I drink with her any day.
Because I would
drink with her every day if it was possible, bro.
She said she married a sneaky link.
I think I'm married.
Wow, Bizzle. Sneaky link, bro.
Yeah, Kiana powerful over there, bro.
Sneaky no more.
The rotations
out here like you've been known to me now.
Hey, Alex is a real nigga.
She is.
A few rotations.
Yeah, I put her in rotation.
I feel that, Alex. I feel that. Yeah, you got because the rotation is somebody that they just keep them. They have their days, they have their times, And I mean, once upon a time, I definitely had my rotations, but I was definitely a savage with my shit. Like, I mean, when I say we fucking you get out, I mean, when I get up to go to the bathroom, when I come out my bathroom door, if you are still in my house, I'm calling the police because you need to get out. Like I was.
Wait. How you gonna smash and then call the police on them?
Because I used to have set rules that once it's done, there's no lingering. There's no lingering.
Yo, you're a lingerer.
Like, what's the point? We did what we had to do. You need to get up and you need to go. Now, I will say one sneaky link I definitely got put up with real bad. And so that's the reason why I had to stop with the sneaky link.
What's happening?
It was bad. Like, I really wanted to, I wanted to fight his mother over him. Like, just because, it was.
You not to have to fight the moms out here. Well, and he must have been doing something right, boy. If you
he did everything right. He did everything right. There wasn't one thing he did wrong, other than the fact that he used to have an attitude. But the mean ones are the ones that they fuck you with an attitude. So it was just he did everything right. And I mean,
fuck you with an attitude.
I heard that shit before.
So
goddamn super villains of sex and shit. Get over
I've heard that before so many times.
Hey, right. Hey, Bizzle, I'm the same way. Whoa.
That motherfucker Lauren done turned a lot of good men into piece of shit niggas. Now they just man can be gone.
And now I got
to be out of that motherfucker, man.
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks.
Nope, not me. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this right now, though. I'm gonna tell you right now. Any man that has dealt with me on any level to this day, even knowing that I'm married, still comes back and tries to get me back because I really am a good woman. I treat men very well. But if we go into something with an agreement, back in the day, you had to stand strong on your agreement with me. So if we went into this where nobody knew, it was just me and you doing us. When it's time to go, it's time to go. I'm not cooking afterwards. You need to go. Then that was the agreement. You need to go. It was no breaking those agreements. So
I just see the image in my head of, oh man, that was nice. Do. What are you doing? I'm calling the police.
He's still here.
I told you I had to get the fuck out of here.
Like, why you gotta do a 50-meter dash after you bust a nut? Like, oh shit.
It's still tender at the tip. He can't even put his
goddamn stopwatch on the side of the
bed, and go. Oh shit, that was close.
He can't even put his pants on. It's still tender. You kicking him out?
No, I mean, listen. 10 minutes is enough time to recoup. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
To what?
I know. I'm listening. Okay, wait. Look, I'm just asking the question. I was confused.
But you gotta understand, this was me in my 20s. This was me in my 20s. This was well over 10 years ago. So you gotta understand, I was a real savage back then. I mean, it is what it is.
Savage, you were confusing as fuck. That's what that was. It wasn't savage.
Confusing. How was that confusing?
Like you get done, you go to the bathroom, and by the time you come out, blue lights is outside.
I come out my bathroom and you're still here. You have broken the agreement. It's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with that because men, y'all stop it because y'all are the ones that will sit up here and say I never had to do that. I
Hey,
never had to
know
do
what?
that.
You know what?
because-
You know what? Hey,
Well, we gonna take
hey,
you
I'm putting
somewhere
this
where
out
they gonna
there.
eat
I'm putting this
your
out
food.
there. I'm putting this out there. Chris, you gotta get on the show one day.
Bruh. That
Like,
shit right there, bro.
listen,
Oh
I've
my
never had to
God.
do that because that's never been an issue. That's always been included. Because we talked about it prior to us having sex. That's what I like. So it's
I would
always
be
been included.
I'd be so confused and be like, yeah, okay, so once we're done, you got 10 minutes, or the law show up. I'm like,
Well, then
wait a
listen,
minute, hold the fuck up.
I asked you nicely. We talked about this. What is the problem? But men will sit here and say, "Oh, she had
I'm
the nerve
not,
to think she was going to spend the night. I got her as an Uber and she got up out of there." Men will say that
yo,
all the time.
wait a
That's
minute.
true.
Oh,
That's
Uber
true
takes
though.
longer than 10 minutes though.
Not necessarily if your Uber is not far from where your location
But we
is.
hold on. But we talking about our 20s though, so
And
that
when
went
Uber
out
back
back
then.
then.
When
Well,
Uber
then
back
Hold on a
then.
second, hold
listen,
on
I
a
used
second.
to call cab. I used to call cab. Listen,
I ain't called
if you
shit. You
from
had
New
to find your
Jersey,
own way
What we
home.
you
talking
used to
about?
call cabs notoriously.
What we
Okay.
talking about
I-
is how far are you
I
willing
live a
to
different
go
life
in
than y'all.
bed?
Lauren,
That's what
Lauren
we're
is
talking
really
about.
can't.
Lauren is willing to
I've
go
lived
as
a
far as the
whole different
police
life.
because you ain't get out.
Lord.
That's how far you willing to go.
Look at this, y'all. Look, the topic. Look, the topic. Out the window. That's the topic right there. Topic gone.
Hey, look,
We done.
shit just got real interesting, bro.
We done.
Because I
Yeah.
mean,
Topic
It
gone.
did. It
you
did.
can't slide past the fact that she said she was gonna call the cops in 10 minutes, bro. I'm sorry. I hear you. We were talking about how far you willing to go, but that right there is how soon can you get to
You
jail?
a whole damn lie,
Who?
Lavort.
This,
I'm a gentleman.
this
Okay.
nigga. Bro, listen, you must have forgot you lived with me and Moan, right? We know better.
Exactly. Is that who is that? Yes, please. Exactly.
What's that?
Kick him out. Ain't no meals. Ain't no cuddling. If that was the agreement that we stepped in on, then that is what it is.
Man,
Like,
they go Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Hey, look, she's saying that shit
Thank
after
you.
she didn't comment who her sneaky link was. So
All right, Mark. Go ahead and lead on, bro. What you got?
What the fuck? Okay.
There you go.
Let me get back to it. All right, look. So this is what I'm saying, okay? Because I notice ain't nobody leave nothing in the chat box about what they're willing to do. So
They
this
did.
is
They
what I'm-
scared, man. They scared.
that's because the sneaky link kicked off.
I know, and it really fucked it up. We've been talking
Hey,
about
What's
what up,
happening?
though, Rand?
So with that being said, I mean, it all goes down to conversations to me on how far and how willing things are going to go. Granted, I get you, okay, fine. Some people might not like the spoon. Some people might not like the cuddle, stuff like that. But that's where communication come from. Men and women. If that nigga throw his arm over you, just like, nigga, and he don't know. He might thought you wanted it. And then if he don't throw it over you, you just like, damn, that's all you here for? And the nigga get caught between what it is and what he can do. So, you know what I'm saying? Conversation causes everything when it comes to when you with your significant other and what y'all willing to press the boundaries on. Because I'm not going to lie, like I read a comment, surprise, gay. You don't know. She might bring a whole nother nigga in there and he like, yeah. And you didn't talk about it. But now you handcuffed with a gag in your mouth and you're getting turned into a roast turkey. And that bitch like,
I'll tell you what, man. I
He
had
got
a
turned into a skewer.
all because you didn't want to talk to your extra dominated wife.
I'm not
Okay.
But what I'm saying is you want to make sure y'all have a conversation because you don't want that shit to turn into something that becomes a case. Because it will be a case if something happens to your rectum and you didn't ask
Ebony,
for
what's
it.
happening?
Jesus Christ, you motherfuckers. I don't even know why I be getting on these shows with you sons of bitches.
Well, I
Wow.
mean that is taking it a little far. You know what I'm saying? If somebody gagging you and they invited somebody else in and you didn't have that conversation,
Tickle your butthole. Then
I think that shit's gonna turn into a
whole
problem.
different situation.
So that's a little less than how far you willing to go. That turns into how far you willing to talk about. Because you're right, I need to have a conversation.
Yeah, you gotta
If
have a
that's your
conversation.
plan, we need to we got a deeper
You
conversation.
gotta talk.
We got a deeper conversation because now you might have to go.
And then it turned to a whole Pulp Fiction scene. We don't want no Pulp Fiction. We don't want Zed in there.
Mark has lost it.
Oh God,
Nigga has lost it.
Help him.
What
What's
the
We done talked about this a little too long.
what the fuck?
Nigga said,
I'm like,
Wait, no, y'all
Alex
want
said,
y'all to stop me. Shit.
Parts turn into whisk.
just sounded like you blowing across an open bottle.
It was. It was.
What is wrong with y'all?
That's what they turn you into if you don't conversate.
All right.
Look, Amber looks like God. There's so
So-
much I can say, but I won't.
So
say.
I mean, so I guess I shared my situation where it was a no, it was a surprise, and she went that far and got kicked in the face. You guys may have not had nothing that drastic, but have you had somebody surprise you with something that was a little too far? Lauren is going to go last.
Actually, yes, dog. Actually, I had someone try to stuff their drawers in my mouth, and I'm like, "Whoa, pause! What the fuck you think this is?" Like, I know what that just came off of. Fuck, we was just out. So it's sweaty ass drawers. You trying to put see, and then it ruined the mood.
Why Robin got her hand up though?
It was not Robin. Okay, Robin didn't put her drawers in my mouth. That's disgusting.
All right, who's next?
Who
Who went too far with y'all? What happened?
Oh, ain't nobody gonna say nothing?
No, that's fine. I'll put somebody up here. Here you go.
not the crickets.
Oh, me? Man, dog, listen. I kind of got into it last time when we talked about doing anal for the first time. That was too far. Because she just was like, "We gonna try something." I said, "All right, cool. We gonna try." And then she was like, "All right, close your eyes. Let me rub your shit on there." I'm like, "All right, this is some new shit." And then she stuck it in her ass, and that was too far for me.
Oh yeah, that's when we had the snicker talk.
That was too far for me.
I
wasn't ready.
I was trying to avoid all of that.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
Yeah,
That's
so
why-
I'm good.
that's why-
You know what,
That's why
though?
I'm surprised when you said you like blindfolds. Result.
Too
That's
far.
why I'm
Yo,
surprised you like
Well, I
blindfolds.
like what Alex just said. On the flip side, this is a lot better. You know, what has somebody done to surprise you? Like, oh shit, that's what's up. You know, who's done something that you wasn't ready for? You're like, actually, you know what? This ain't, okay, this might be the move. You know what I'm saying? You might have been getting some dome,
The
and then all of a sudden,
gooch.
it comes with an existential ball massage.
Man, the gooch with the hand combo, that was surprising because I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't like handcuffs. I think that's what happened to me. That
was a nice
it
combo.
wasn't
Blew me for a
discussed.
minute.
It wasn't nothing covered. It wasn't nothing talked about. And out of nowhere, everything was happening. I'm sorry, Amber, I gotta give you the kids version, the Disney version. It was like, woohoo, I'm coming in the room, woohoo. And then that happened, and everything started going south. And then out of nowhere, I felt clink, clink, and I looked at my arm, and I was lost. I don't know. I started freaking out. Something in me started freaking the fuck out because I'm looking like, is she about to rob me? Because we didn't talk about it. So I didn't know.
in the bed.
So our show was just like kind of reaching to figure out, and they were furry. They were furry. So I started reaching for motherfuckers. And then, I don't know what was happening, but since they were furry, I was like, what's going on? I was lost. And then she moved this hand over, and then it said click, 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 and I heard another clink. And then out of nowhere, I was just kind of like one of them dumbass fishes, when they come out of water and they just kind of use their torso. It was bad. It was bad. That scared the shit out of me, man.
So that was yours. That was yours. Mel or Amber? Because Lauren go last. We know she got a story.
Yeah, Lauren, she like, oh, last time I made this nigga so uncomfortable. I had a whole cucumber. I had to do it to that nigga.
Oh, God. Damn, Chris.
That's Lauren right there. Lauren.
That man said, jack him off with a rough ass feet. That
Yeah, it's like
she wants you to come on her
he
core.
got jacked off with some razor blades.
What was the question again?
Has somebody surprised you and went a little too far?
No. The question changed was, has somebody surprised you and it actually turned out good? Y'all went back to the
trauma.
Act.
It went to the trauma.
Y'all went back to God, never again.
I mean, again, I'd rather answer the first question because.
Okay, yeah, go for it. I understand your dilemma because Mark's in here.
Yeah, no. Like I had mentioned earlier, my limit is the back door. I don't. That's a no for me. I had an attempt, and
unwelcome attempt, and that didn't end well.
That's an attempted robbery.
Sorry, it's
It's a B&E.
Mark, go get the
I
shotgun, bro.
didn't get into detail. I didn't get into detail. It was
an attempted B&E.
Yeah.
Mel, you're the only one that ain't went yet.
I like how y'all find this amusing.
I've always been asked, but one time I've had the same situation as Amber. It did not go well, like at all. I was in tears, and the night was over. So yeah, it was terrible, terrible. I am not a backdoor.
Reho's on fire.
Yeah, I think that it's just this.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lauren. You look like you got so much juice going on. You can just come out your eyes.
No, because you know what? I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there. This is my last show that I'm going to do on any sex topic because I'm not going to be further judged because people are judging
you.
People are judging you, and
Stop judging her.
I am not about to be on the platform where people are going to judge me. So I'm going to stay out of the sex topics moving forward. I will say that my only experience that I had, well, not just my only experience, but the experience I had that surprised me that turned out good was I always kind of had my weight issue. Like I thought my weight was a problem for people or for men. And one guy, he actually kind of like lifted me up by my ankles. And he went because he went to lift me up to put my legs on his shoulders. He was standing up, so he wanted to have it right in his face. And he was eating and doing what he's doing, but he did something where he grabbed my calf and he's like, I guess he like used me as like a rowboat or something. And he just started licking up and down from the way to the back all the way to the front. That completely surprised me. I had never had that done, and that turned out to be a very good experience. And that's all I'm saying.
Dope.
Wait a minute, was you dating a hawk? This nigga picked you up by your ankles only?
He picked me up by my ankles. And so that was like, I was surprised because I was much heavier then. And I was kind of surprised, like the strength that he had. So that turned out to be a very good thing. So yeah.
You know,
I've never heard of that.
That's some adrenaline shit right there. But and I tell you what, that actually sounds interesting, you know.
It's actually very funny. You should try it.
Anyway, I'll talk to her later.
I had the opposite situation as far as being easily moved around. I don't like.
Thank you, Deborah.
Amber, somebody just flick you.
I'm like, wait a minute.
All right.
Hey, Mark. What's up, Doc?
You thought she was studying, didn't you, Mark? You thought she was in there studying.
She was over there getting thrown on.
Mark gonna quit.
Mark right now, Mark in his head thinking like, you know, adoption wouldn't be bad even at a growing age.
Hey, they hit me with the last ride.
You better not bother her when we get off this podcast. You better leave her alone.
If anything that I've learned about this podcast today is that when we do something like that, we can't have either Mark here or we can't have Amber here. Because this shit has been mad PG
one or the other
with them two.
Yeah,
and I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know I seen Am grow up too, so I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I do. I get it.
I mean, I could torture y'all and go into detail, but I'm not. So I'm just gonna be quiet. But
okay,
yes,
you need me over there? You need me over there?
We want the details. That's the whole point. We want the details. Like
yes, but not,
I tried to give details, and then I mean,
Lauren, shut the fuck up. Shut up. They reply differently when it comes to certain people. You shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Well, I think to us, because you're so open and honest about it, it's just mind blowing because this is not something we used to hearing.
You know,
a lot of people are real sheltered about the things they've done, or they're just not comfortable about talking about it. So hearing it is not only entertaining, but it's funny because, like I said, we don't hear that shit from other people. And I know goddamn well other people going, not going to say the exact same thing, but going through similar things. They're scared to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Just like
years
when
ago, that might have been me.
Up,
yeah. I mean,
wanted to say that.
Yeah. I mean, I used to be that guy. I didn't want to talk about it. And plus, I was worried about offending people. But, you know, fuck it. I'm just being
and I mean, and that's what I had in my head. And I thought that this was the point of the podcast, was that it's an open platform to just say things, and then
That
we're
it
supposed
is.
to keep it real.
Yep.
We're supposed to put the real out there. I mean, not everybody has to put all of their details and their dirty dishes out there, and that's fine. But like,
She
it's
did
just like
live the good
I'm
life.
feeling really like, yes,
Bro,
I am married, Chris. I'm very, very married. I've been married almost 10 years and with my husband 17 and a half years. So
Congratulations.
Nice.
hey,
I
which
am
by the
married.
way, which by the way, I haven't
But I
told
am no
you.
stranger to sex either, and I don't mind talking about it. It's just it's human nature. It's natural, but I know that it does make some people uncomfortable. So I won't be going too far into details moving forward.
No, fuck that.
Nah,
I mean,
Keep it
okay,
nah.
keep it
okay,
going
look.
100.
Say
All
But
right,
be
hold on,
let's
hold
you.
on.
let's put it back to the front though, because
Right.
when I said that, a lot of guys are not used to hearing that side. I've had to set a lot of people straight about you because a lot of people have asked me, "Were you single?"
Oh yeah,
A
yeah.
I
lot,
believe it.
a lot of guys like, "Yo, she's so real, bro." Like, she got a boyfriend. I'm like, "Bro, she's whole married." I know the nigga too. He beat your ass. You better chill the fuck out.
Very, very married, and very, very much married. And if anybody knows me and my husband, they know that we don't play about each other. We ain't
That's
playing
what
Good.
I'm
about
saying. You
that. I'm
shouldn't
not
feel
At
playing.
bad.
That's what's
all.
important.
Lauren, you shouldn't feel bad. I swear to
They
God, you
know,
shouldn't feel
you
bad.
know,
Yeah,
and
no,
so
I'm
Let me,
about to
you know
say you
something?
should.
Let me do
Now,
something. Let
hold
me do
up,
something
hold
right
up.
quick.
Before he say anything, understand too. You know me. You don't know me and my boys.
right.
This would happen if it was their wife, if it was our sister. I mean, that's just how we
Y'all done
are. We
hurt
gonna
my
talk
wife.
shit.
Y'all done
We
hurt
we
my
gonna
wife.
talk shit regardless. So when we say you freaky, we mean that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you clearly freaky. But ain't nobody judging you. Because all of us in here done some shit.
Yeah,
Did some
you know,
shit.
and that's what
Ain't
I'm getting
nobody
to.
doing shit.
That's what I'm getting to. That's what I'm
Even
getting to.
better.
Let me tell you, just so you can feel better. I'm
Let me
gonna
talk to
just,
you.
I'm
Let me
gonna
tell you
just break
something.
the wall. I'm just gonna break the wall real quick, Lauren. I
Oh,
got you. I got you. I had one experience. Okay,
Oh
one
my
You might
experience.
put it in
God.
your
Okay,
Here we
butt.
go.
when it, what the fuck?
Amber is like, I gotta go. I can't do this.
When I come to Atlanta,
And
Mark gonna
I
stab the
was
shit
just
out of
about
me.
to get to it once
You
you
gonna meet me in
said
your
that,
sleep.
so never mind.
Yo,
Amber like this.
that shit was like,
Anyways, I had one experience, right?
Shit.
Where I was like, you know what I mean? I went over to this girl's house. Man, she was beautiful. She was stunning. I went to her house, and she was like kind of like the churchy church girl. Okay. So
Oh,
I didn't really want to talk about sex with her. I didn't want to talk about none of that stuff with her. So I'm just telling a story just so I can make Lauren feel better. I get over there, okay? She wasn't talking about none of that stuff. I went over there. She had a little Sunday dress on, and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing, sweetie?" You know, yeah, boo, 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 boo. She said, "Yeah, I'm okay. You can just go to the room." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." I went to the room. She came in the room with like this one piece on. It blew my fucking mind. It just blew my mind. And like I said, I'm in my mid-20s. I'm doing the modeling thing. I'm working at the clothing store. It blew my mind. She come in. She had this one piece on. Jesus Christ, she was beautiful. To this day, I might have to reach out to her. But
Oh my God.
what I'm saying is, she came through. So I was like, what you doing? You know, what are you doing? And she said, well, I like you. And you know I like you. And I always liked you. And, you know, you just don't seem like you like me. And I'm like, no, that's not the case, sweetie. Like, you always talking about, you know, the Bible. And I try to just stick in that. I didn't want to know, you know, I didn't want to talk about Satan's plans. And then you talking about God. So with that being said, I stayed away from talking about that kind of shit. So, you know, she had this one piece on. Jesus Christ. I'm thinking about it. I'm having these memories. Oh, and she had all these gadgets, all these liquids and these oils and these toys and stuff. And I said, wait, what are you doing? Like, sweetie, what are you doing?
she was about to anoint your ass.
Yeah, and I felt like, am I in another realm? Like, I really was like, this is crazy. Oh man, when I say this is an experience that I thought was gonna be bad and turned out to be like the best shit in my entire life. I'm not knocking nobody. I swear to God, everybody that ever met me, I'm not knocking y'all. But this woman, this extraordinary angel that God sent to me to do some sinning things to, it was amazing. I was like, yo, what is going on?
God sent it to you.
God,
Yeah, he had to. He had to.
Oh my
Because
God.
that day I was praying.
Amber, I'm gonna pray for you and your thoughts tonight. 'Cause this is
I'm about to wait till he was done.
I was praying hard this night. I was praying hard. and he came through. He said, Marcus, I'm going to bless you with the hardness of God. And I was rebuking them demons.
Oh my God.
Something is
Oh
wrong.
my God,
Something is
dog.
wrong.
See
I
what I
was just waiting
mean?
on. I was just waiting
He's
on the
retarded.
lightning to come from the roof.
I'm sorry.
He,
I had a
you
blast.
know, I mean,
Strucketh you down it.
I guess because since because Lauren, I don't want you to feel, because like I said, I it's certain stuff I was just trying to be mindful of because he's on here, but again, I guess for some reason I'm more comfortable sharing my bad experiences than my good ones. I don't know why. I guess because this a little bit more humor with the bad ones, but and I'm so sorry, Mark.
We'll apologize to his ass.
But one I didn't. It wasn't a bad experience. It was more so of an So not to be. Well, this is everything is TMI. I have a piercing. Okay. And it was an occasion where the piercing kind of got stuck.
Oh,
sorry, Mike. It got snagged a little bit. Yeah, but I was okay. Thankfully.
This nigga is on the floor. Look at this fool. Look at this fool on the floor.
Oh.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Oh shit.
Don't blow my screen up because I gotta see everybody. I gotta see.
Okay, all right, I got you.
It's awkward when it's just my face. I'm sorry, Mark.
Mark will be fine.
Exactly.
I don't know if anybody, like if any girl like has a piercing there. It's not I don't have the one I have the hood, the hood done. And that's actually, I don't think I would. Don't put his thing on there. See, I'm about to stop the.
No, that was a request. Go ahead.
I was saying earlier, and then everybody started laughing. But Lauren, just like how you were saying, how like you were taken by surprise because you didn't think the guy could,
right?
Whatever. The opposite happens to me a lot, where I get very overly manhandled, and I can sometimes I'm sorry, Mark, and to even like add more dirt onto the story since he's getting all uncomfortable. I'm very flexible, so people get too. I'm sorry, but people have like they try to have
fine.
They try to have too much fun with when they say fun size and stuff like that. Sometimes it's a little bit too much fun. And and I have to tell them to hold on, put me down, and stuff like that. And sorry, Mark, it's kind of payback for all the times I got to hear about dick and ball jokes.
Thank you. There you go.
Mark will be fine. Mark is not. He is not stupid. God, Mark has a beautiful sister, and he already knows what's going down. So Mark will be totally fine.
Listen, that was painfully amazing. Okay.
All right.
Let's get to the pretzel form, stuff like that. Stuff that I just, was caught off guard by.
The pretzel form.
Yes, they've tried to put me in pretzel, but I keep telling them I have a whole gut. You got to be mindful of this gut. I will too much pressure. I will throw up because they just you can't do that to me.
What's the pretzel form when you?
I don't remember about that.
The legs
I think it's when the legs is like this and you do like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to me, the deepness.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean now. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
That's really the child support position.
Yeah,
Stab the heart.
That's what it sounds like.
Like the body, I don't like the legs and stuff is fine. Like I don't get it doesn't hurt. I just don't like how that feels for me. Like that's so yeah. It's a lot of stop, weights, put me down.
So let me ask a question to the guys real quick because I really need to understand why y'all do this during sex.
Okay.
I'm done, Mark. I ain't saying nothing else.
This is so she is on her back and you guys are clearly on top on the bed. Why do y'all take your hands and push them on the inside of her thighs and like push her legs down onto the bed. Like, what are you trying to? Are you trying to like take cover inside of it? Are
No,
you
we are trying to. Yeah, we're trying to submerge the whole submarine. That's what's going on.
But
we're trying to dive deep.
But are some of you aware, the ones that are well endowed, because not every man is well endowed, but are you aware that there's this thing we have called a uterus? You're actually hitting the uterus when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're aware of that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm confused. Is that how
I
I
didn't know because it's a little.
That's where you're supposed to go, right?
It's a little.
Apparently, they don't care about pain.
I didn't know. Okay.
Well,
it's like a wall back there. You try to knock it down.
They don't sound like they care about pain or damage.
They don't care about pain, and I need men to understand. This is why the conversation needs to be had about how far you're willing to go, what positions you're willing to do, because a lot of this stuff actually hurts us.
So, what position hurts y'all the most?
Speak real fast, Lauren. I'm sorry, but the women I experience, they love it. So I'm sorry. That
could be for two reasons.
Everybody's different.
This is the thing. And this is no disrespect, but that could be for two reasons. Either you have a really small dick and they're really not feeling everything, or they don't have, or their walls are kind of already gone. So you're able to do that and they're not complaining because they don't feel anything. And even after having 3 children and being with my husband all these years, I still have walls. So and my husband is not a little man. Like so, and it hurts. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying you have.
I'm sorry to hear that, but at the end of the day, like you said, it's call me out. Like, don't try to make it seem like I got a little dick because you don't like
she didn't make it seem that way. She didn't make it seem that way.
No, she said that.
What is going on? What is going on?
No, I'm not saying you do. I'm not saying you.
This is what I'm saying. Okay, listen to me, Dookie Lips. What I'm saying is this: everybody have their issues. Okay, everybody have their.
Wait a minute. Why am I Dookie Lips?
Don't sex shame.
I ain't sex shaming. She just said I got a little dick because people like.
No, I did not.
That a bit.
I did not. I said.
You know, so let me tell you this.
Let me tell you this much right now.
As far as my sister being on this show, as far as this topic, I'm fucking tired of this shit.
I love it. This is pure entertainment.
Listen. I did not mean for it to come out as if me insinuating that you have. I just said
Mark
that
is being
you have it.
Mark is being Mark.
Are these women don't have walls?
So here's the thing. Like I understand it from that point because you know.
You talking about the queefers?
Yo.
I'm so sorry. I didn't.
I was asking. She said no walls. I said, oh, the queefers. But I mean, that can happen to anybody.
No, but I've heard this before. I've heard complaints from women about the whole uterus thing. That gets serious and it causes problems later on down the line when they want to have a pregnancy.
Yes, it does.
You know, so
I always thought that was the best way to make sure she got pregnant is you put it at the back.
No. I can tell y'all something, but it's a little personal. But my son's mother had an issue because of all that too. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Lauren.
Oh
yeah, it's a real thing. It really is a real thing, and this is a part of sex education that still needs to happen, even when you're in a relationship, even when you're grown, because you need to know a stopping point of how far to go. Because I've actually had people say I've had a miscarriage because he went too deep and he was going too hard and he was actually hitting my uterus, and they actually had a miscarriage from it. So you have to be very careful in doing it. I understand y'all trying to prove a point. I get it.
I'm not even saying he's trying to prove a point.
I'm not trying to prove no point.
Literally, it is a great feeling for us.
Yeah, but see, the Lord is speaking on the younger generation. These younger kids like to do that stuff. Someone like us who's adult, more mature, it's a little different, but the 20-year-old us, that was us back in the day.
That was the goal.
Althea just causing premature hysterectomies. Look at y'all.
I feel like sometimes y'all motherfuckers like to be DC. We can have a great going conversation. We can be going great, and then that shit just go dark as fuck. It goes so goddamn dark. I get so uncomfortable with you motherfuckers. I'll be happy. Sometimes. And I'll be sitting there talking about. No, I'm serious, man. So now we're talking about miscarriages. And
we're saying what can be caused during sex, during the deep diggings.
But it
because I
still
had a
goes
situation.
into how far
I had
you
a
would
situation,
go.
but at the end,
Yeah,
Right.
I
that
did
is
have a
true
situation.
because some
I had a
some women won't
situation.
say shit.
Let me
Some
tell you
women
the
won't say shit.
situation.
They'll take that pounding
I had a
and
situation
knowing
where a
that it
woman
really
was bleeding on
hurts.
the inside. I
Well,
had a
some women
situation
it
where a
doesn't
woman was
affect them.
bleeding
Everybody's
on the
body is
inside.
different.
So
I had
some
a
women
situation.
they
Listen
get
to
up
me.
and smack you because you went too deep.
Wait, Mark's still trying to get something out. Go ahead, Mark.
What
Go
do
ahead,
that
Mark.
for?
Go
I
ahead,
had
I
a
Mark.
don't know.
situation,
My
and
bad.
I did not. I swear to God, I did not want to cover this. But since we're on it, I had a situation where it was a woman bleeding on the inside. Okay, evidently something went wrong. Okay, she was bleeding on the inside, and then they said I had ruptured something. I had ruptured something in her stomach, and I felt bad as fuck. I felt bad as fuck because at the
Leave it
time,
though. Just leave
you
it.
know, at the time I'm looking like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, how did we get here? I mean, I know how we, but how did we get here? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
First, we gotta correct
like that
rupture.
hospital visit fucked me. I almost wanted to go. Like, I almost wanted to just say I didn't want to have sex no more. That's how
Well,
bad it was,
okay.
that hospital visit. Where I was
Okay.
like, I
So
don't want to do it no more. Like, I don't want
real
to have
quick,
sex no more.
are you is this okay? I feel like I really did offend you by saying that part about the penis. I
Lord, don't
do
worry
No,
about
apologize.
it. Trust me,
you didn't.
it gets darker than
Let
this.
me tell
Don't
you,
worry about
it
that.
didn't
I
Ooh.
believe
offend me
you.
about that. It was just going from light to day. Y'all don't know. It's a turn
All right.
off
Okay,
button.
okay, okay,
All
okay,
right, we
okay.
about to switch it up. Here we go. All right, so
shit, I
we
was
got
jamming.
something to analyze, right? So here's something I found over the internet, and I'm pretty sure the women's going to elaborate on this, right?
Mhm.
So, because this is actually a good topic. I actually sent this to my wife,
Go back to the beginning.
okay. Oh no, that's just as low because I got a fast internet.
Oh,
All right, so here we go.
I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, I got your
Boom.
audio.
Oh shit.
Boom.
What
We
up?
don't hear nothing. We don't hear nothing. Ain't got no
Don't hear
sound.
it? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can fix it.
I mean, and I saw this video the other day that she was hitting on some
I
some
saw that
cats.
video too. I saw her
saw that.
scamming ass. I saw that video.
You say her scamming ass?
Yeah, her husband a goddamn scammer. But next, anyway,
Oh,
okay,
damn.
let's
All
see
right,
the video. And let's
let's see
talk
if I
about
can
it.
get it this time.
But it is dangerous, and
Okay.
I never use sex as a weapon against your husband. And have sex often is probably some of the most extraordinary advice I never got. As a working mom, we get tired, exhausted, overwhelmed. But it is dangerous to neglect his needs. And I'll explain to you why. Sex is a huge part of a man's identity. It's the way he emotionally bonds with us. And it's crazy because God wired his body this way. When a man experiences an orgasm, his body releases the bonding hormone oxytocin in such extraordinary amounts. I mean, women experience it as well, but men do 400% times more. And so that skin to skin contact mixed with an orgasm creates deep connection. And I never just want to be a great mom. I never just want to be killing it in the workplace. But I desired for my husband to find me to be a good lover. Look forward to coming home to me. And through difficult conversations, because I was never taught this kind of stuff, I had to learn how to not look at sex as a chore or another responsibility on my to-do list, but enjoy my husband feeling respected and honored and wanted. Imagine if one day our husband came home and said, "I don't feel like having sex with you." We would be massively offended and hurt. And so men need sex. It's how they came from the factory.
All right. So, what y'all think about that? I sent it to Mark because we always like to look at these interesting topics and we like to talk about it, and it's just one of those things, I mean, is this thing true?
I feel
Halfway.
like it is. I feel like what she's saying is very true, very important. The only thing I didn't like about the delivery was it was as if it's not something for us. It's solely for the husbands or mates or whatever, and they need to be pleased, as if we're not getting pleasure at the same time. And I get that it's like a duty to make sure your husband is taken care of, yes, definitely. But know that you're getting taken care of at the same time too. Like this is not a job. And it's kind of like she was saying like it's a job that she wants to do good at. I mean, yeah, you want to do good at it, but I would never look at pleasing my husband as a job.
For real.
And
Like
I
I
want to
have
make sure that he's not going somewhere else.
my opinion on that is so different. Like I just first of all, that person that woman annoys me. So I guess anything that she says will bother me. But my but my take on it from a wife standpoint is yes, absolutely. Your husband should, be satisfied sexually, yes. But truth be told, if I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to make myself get in the mood to make sure that he gets what he needs to get. It really it's a big deal, but it ain't that big of a deal. And she's talking like it's gonna save lives. If I pop off on my husband's dick and let him get his nut however much he want, it ain't saving no lives. She talking like it's going to stop him from going out here and doing what he wants to do any damn way. That's not going to stop nothing. So a woman making herself feel uncomfortable for the moment because she's not in the mood and he is not going to stop this man from going out here and still doing men like things. Period. And then also she irked me when she was saying it like in the sense of like, oh, like it's our duty to do that. It's nobody's duty to feel uncomfortable when they don't feel like doing something. And that's just how it is. Like it's our body. And I understand that men were put here in order to seek us, and that's a wonderful thing. I love that my husband seeks me out. But if today I'm not in the mood because of 100,000 different reasons, I cannot make myself get in the mood just to make sure he don't go out here and do nothing that he ain't supposed to be doing. That is my husband for a reason. If he can't honor the vows that we took, not necessarily in front of the people that was there, but the vows we took in front of each other, then that's on his ass when shit hits the fan. It's all about having enough confidence in your relationship and just knowing who you're with and saying, well, she's just not in the mood. I know she's stressed a little bit or he's stressed a little bit. And if I got money situation going on, I'm not trying to be fucked on. If I got problems, I'm not trying to be fucked on. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Get your penis away from me because that ain't going to solve the problem that I need to be solved. So like that little butterscotch bitch pisses me off every time she talks. That's just my personal feelings.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta agree with Lauren. I am not gonna lie to you. If finances is fucked up, my mood is out the
Why
fucking
she gotta
window.
be a butterscotch?
I know I felt offended by it.
I'm sorry.
You got a whole new level of anger, that motherfucker right there, boy.
There's a lot of situations, and we've heard from other people that, of what they're not getting at home, and it's always something or an excuse why they don't do it. And I thought this was kind of appropriate because, she done said a couple things, right? And sometimes when you're in these relationships, I mean, we've known so many people that has gotten divorces so far recently, and I don't know if that played a role. Nobody's going to ever tell you that, right? Nobody's going to tell you the finances or sex wasn't good unless you're really close to that person. But who knows? That could have been. You hear about it all the time. Uh, Intimacy, money, and credit and all that stuff can really divide people. You know, and that's because I think when that happens is when you go into the relationship all about money and credit and having these things without before the love.
Well, I hear you on that too, man. I feel that it's also like you said, we have a couple friends that decide to separate, and one of the things they always say is like, and I ain't had none in a minute. Like, there's nothing I can do to change that. And though it may be something that your lady or woman's going through at that point in time, the effects that has on us as men is that we immediately feel unwanted. You know what I'm saying? And then it turns into, is it us? And then if it's like, well, if it's me and it ain't working out and this shit's not rocking the way it should, then maybe we should not, maybe we shouldn't do this shit no more. But I feel like sometimes that, getting some cheeks can be that straw that breaks the camel's back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we push through a lot of shit, but that's our outlet, our major outlet, right?
I know that's an outlet for me. If I got a bad day or something, it's either video games or that. I mean, granted, it don't have to always be that. Of course, a good conversation or a nice present or just something nice, is always wants it, it makes you feel good. That's just what I prefer. That's what I like. But if if something was going bad and my wife didn't want to do that, or if I couldn't play the video game, she knows me long enough to surprise me with something else that makes me feel better. I just rather have. I'd rather have some butt. It's just me.
And I think that that's a really good, way to look at it though, because your wife knows you, so she knows other ways to kind of try to pull you out of whatever it is you're going through.
Yeah.
But the way the woman was talking was that like that's like the all and be all, like like that's the cream of the relationship, the cream of the crop is that we are supposed to allow our man just hunch, just go ahead and just get on it, daddy, and just get it, because that's gonna make you feel that.
I know it's not like that.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the way she was coming across.
But the delivery
talk with that little mellow tone voice, and and God created, bitch. Listen, God also created us to have moods too, and we're all in the mood. And sometimes men don't feel like being touched either. Do we? Do we have the nerve to be like, oh, you got an attitude today because your boss pissed you off at work? I understand you stressed, but don't no man want to hear that on top of already being upset. So you got to pick your battles. And she's just saying it like that's just the battle we can't win. Like we just lost.
And also, it shouldn't be a war
mm-hmm.
too. It also shouldn't be a war just because somebody was like, I don't feel like it today, and then you go with the next time she say something, I ain't gonna feel like it. It shouldn't have to be that way either.
Right.
No,
I
definitely agree with
more
that.
than
It
what it
really
was. What
shouldn't.
did she say? She said something about if he was to come home and say he don't want to have sex with you, that wouldn't your
Y'all
world
be distraught or whatever.
Yeah, like I just thought she was like, I got what she was saying, but I
that
just
wasn't
putting it on a pedestal, like
right.
But you know what though, I and this is me not knowing, but I feel like what she said was right, and that's only because I don't know. Right? There's
Also,
not
too, Scotty.
there's not a time where I'm like I would tell my woman no. I feel like if I said no, then she would immediately her brain like, well, what the fuck? He never tells me no to this. I can say no to a lot of shit, but never have I ever really said no to getting some. And I don't know. I feel like if we were to say that, it's like, yo, then what the fuck is wrong with you? What's going on with you? Because you ain't never told me no before. And most of us, I mean, I don't know any of my dudes is like, nah, I just didn't feel like getting it in that day, so I told her no. I don't know a single one.
I'm not strong enough for a no. I can say no and fuck that, and she pull it out and start doing something. I'm ready. That's just it.
Once again, dog, all it takes is a strong breeze. That's why I don't keep my fan on high in my room no
I'm ready
more.
to go.
You know what I'm saying? The wind blow across that motherfucker is a wrap. I'm like, hey, you ready? Because I'm ready.
And then
But
another thing that I feel like she should have touched on as a new mom. She's a new mom. She just had a baby a couple of months back. One thing that I really felt like and that she should have touched on is that understanding how being a parent, how being a mom takes over a lot of your sexual desires. It can change everything. So it's not that we're using it as a weapon, against them, and by saying we're not in the mood or whatever, trying to linger on, do whatever. It's a lot of times it has to do with our hormones have completely shifted and changed. For a woman to still have the high sex drive that she once had prior to having children, especially if she's on birth control, that's very rare. It does happen, but it's extremely rare. A lot of women go through a lot of setbacks after having children. And I feel like even though she's trying to make a valid point of how your man still needs to be sexually fed, she should have also been touching on points about how a woman is also to be, I guess, kind of coached into it sometimes, especially after childbirth. And I just felt like she was just there, like honing on, oh, it's a man thing. It's just a man thing. And that stuff like that. I like to be very neutral in a lot of situations when it comes to men and women. And I just felt like she was being very biased when she was having that little talk, or whoever she was talking to.
Hey, even from a man standpoint, I'm not gonna lie, she sounded mad biased. She did sound like she was like, yo, it is the woman's fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the motivation behind
now
what
I
she's
like
saying.
what she was saying. I like what she was saying, but we should get it in every day.
Well, yeah,
but even from this side, that shit sounded like, yo, y'all women need to get it together because y'all fucking up, not giving up no butt. I mean, that's exactly how it sounded to me. And I know if it sounded that way to me, I know ain't no other female gonna listen to that shit like, she might have a point. Like, bitch, you supposed to be one of us. So, I can get that. But I do like the idea, you know what I'm saying? You should have sex often and every day. And you'd be surprised. I think if the crazy part is us as guys, we always say that we will take it every day. We get it every day. We do it every day. I think if we
Not
got
at
it
this
every
age.
day, I think if we got it every day, eventually we're like, all right, well, we did do it
Yeah.
last night, and I'm sleeping.
Exactly. My point
Yeah.
exactly. Y'all think
I mean,
y'all minds start to go in different directions. You done been at work all day. You done worked. You done got aggravated at work. Yes, that's a great release to come home to. But when you coming home to it, the kids is screaming. You're trying to get food done. You're trying to clean up the mess they done made. At the end of the day, sometimes every single day it's not feasible. It can't happen. And that's why I said she made it sound like, oh, it needs to be marked on the calendar. Like you need to give your kids that melatonin drop so that they go down at 8:50, and by
and I'm
9
not.
o'clock you need to be on your back or you need to be straddling that man. And that's what I just like, and that's why I
Like
said
it's a job.
I'm not trying to take up for her or anything like that. I understand y'all point of views, but we're talking about her point of view. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't necessarily get offended or anything about what she's saying. Granted, it sounds good, but there's gonna be a lot of people that agree with her because that's her point of view, and some people can relate. Like you said, you come home, you don't want to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I get that. You have that point of view because that's how you were raised. That's what you're born around. Ain't no telling what she was raised and born around. Her
Well,
mom probably couldn't stand.
she was definitely raised in the church because I followed her for a long time until all
I
that
mean,
scandal stuff came
I'm
out.
glad.
Yeah, I did
I'm
too.
glad you did your
She was
research.
raised in the
But what
church,
I'm
and
saying
so
is,
I've
that's
never
what
seen
they
her
believe.
this
before.
is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah, I
glad you
used
did
to
your
follow her.
research. But that's her point of view out of what she was brought up in. You get what I'm saying? You
But
can't just
that's
say,
her point of view, and she
That
said it. That's her
she
point of view from what she was not told. So she's
okay,
trying to make up for what she wasn't taught. And a
Right.
lot of
ain't
times,
but
and I
how do
can
we
speak to
know?
this, growing up in the church, you're not taught about pleasing your husband sexually. You're
But
not.
that's what I'm
You're
Yeah,
saying.
taught
Well,
to
we
keep your
yes
legs
were
and
closed till you
I
no.
taught.
get
think
Yes
that's
married.
and
I think
no.
that's my
So
whole
she
point.
don't.
My whole
but
point is how
she's
do we
Well,
also
not know?
but in the church, they will. If you go to marriage counseling, they will go that deep. But
Yeah,
they're
like
not
Yeah,
how
going
do
to
we
that's
not
say,
yeah,
know?
in
We
the
gotta know
counseling.
that.
They
Yes,
wait
and they
all
will.
these years until you're ready to get married, and then they
Right.
start
yeah,
telling
They
you
do,
what you
but
need to
they
do.
will not have that conversation because I grew up in the church as well. I didn't grow up like knee deep in it. My husband is a church boy.
You can't
The
do that.
worst. But they
You
because
can't
them
do
church
that. You
folks
can't
are
do
work
that.
souls. A lot of them are. But to say this though, like they don't go knee deep into that stuff. They don't teach you. The only thing they teach you to do is be faithful to God. They want you to be faithful to the word. Those words don't typically go into how to please your husband and how you should be doing it. That once you
see,
cross over to
that's
becoming
not the
engaged,
advice
Even
I got.
though there's a whole book of the Bible on it,
right? Exactly. But they
but don't
only
touch
talk
it.
about that once you get engaged and once you already crossed the threshold of getting married. Then they start talking about what you should be doing and how you should be. They don't talk about that stuff
No,
up
see, that's
until
not good
that.
counseling. That's not good
It's not.
counseling
Yeah,
because
you
But
don't
here's
know.
when
the
We
I
don't
thing, though:
talk.
like you go
No, we
all
don't
these years
know.
being told what not to do.
Yeah.
Then, when you get in a position that's acceptable to them,
Mm-hmm.
to where you're getting ready to start being active in their eyes or to their knowledge, now you don't know what to do because you've been so closed off. So now she's overly compensating for what she lacked before. And now
Mm-hmm.
she's making it seem like this is a job that you have to do
Right.
on a
but
And
she's
that's
also
regular
making it
basis.
seem like it's a
Now, I
problem in the
agree
hold on,
from
hold
the
on, hold
whole
on. Mark
standpoint
been trying to get his
of,
word out. Mark been trying to get his word out. Go ahead.
no,
go
but
ahead.
I hear what Mark's saying, man. But at the same
We
time,
don't
Mark, I
know.
feel
We
like
don't know. Y'all taking what she's
She
saying
said
in the
that.
way
No,
that
she
y'all
said
taking
it.
No,
it.
okay, wait.
Okay, it's like me. Okay, it's like this. Like prime
No.
example. It's like me saying, "Yeah, this bitch told me she ain't gonna suck my dick." I said, "Fuck that bitch." You're gonna immediately be like, "Why she gotta be a bitch? Why you gotta turn down for not sucking your dick?" It's how you're receiving what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, we don't know what the fuck she. We don't know what the. So what if she was brought up in the church?
I don't
We don't
think
know what the fuck she done met and who turned her to think like this. But that's her opinion. And don't get me wrong,
I
like I
think
said,
you're
it's not
missing it.
unrealistic.
I think you're missing what I'm saying and what Mel is saying is that we're not necessarily disagreeing with what she's saying. It's her delivery and what she's putting
The
out there.
motivation
I'm not
behind
even
it.
Right.
saying that what she's saying is wrong. If that's how you believe, the same conversation we had in the chat about the guy who said, "Why does the woman is this that no? Why does she work? What does she do?" The same way we said that may be his upbringing, that may be what he believes. That's
true.
fine if that's how she believes, and that's okay.
But
But
it's
what
the
we're saying
delivery.
is that if you're going to be an influencer, It's a certain way you should be trying to influence people, and influencing them to necessarily see things your way is not being a good influencer. You want people to have open minds when you're an influencer. You want people to be able to understand that you feel how you feel, but I want you to understand that you have to come to your own belief in this situation. When you become a wife, if you feel like that what I see and what I believe is the right way to go, then we got something to talk about. We can go that route. But if you become a wife and you realize that the real world is kicking your ass in a lot of other ways, that you can't necessarily submit to your husband every single night the way that I can, then guess what? That's something you and your husband need to work out between you and him. But she's coming across as if, don't use sex as a weapon. Don't do the bitch, shut up. And I'm not offended by the word bitch at all. So Mark, you calling a female a bitch don't offend me at all.
I got you. But as an influencer,
wait. Hey, we are an hour and almost 40 minutes in.
All right.
Like always, when it gets good, we keep it going. I got a feeling that we're gonna slightly continue this after after the curtains close. I do want to say
like,
I
subscribe. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
this was a
and
really
I
good
want to say
conversation.
something though. My last thought on this, for the record.
Why he do that?
I'm playing. Go ahead.
I cannot stand you. Don't touch nothing. Put your hands up. But I was gonna say, for the record, I agree with everything she's saying. I agree that it is like the wife is there. Aside from everything else she's there for, yes, she's the one that's supposed to be pleasing her husband sexually, and as often as they agree. And sometimes it might have to be when you don't feel like it. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes you should be able to say no, but that shouldn't be often. But it's just the motivation behind it. Her motivation was just like, this is the duty that I've been assigned, and I cannot go outside of this duty or I'll lose my job.
Absolutely.
That shouldn't be it.
And Mark,
you do it because you love your husband and you want your husband to feel that love from you. That's why you do it.
Mark is not understanding that, Mel, because Mark is not a woman.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because it's being directed to us.
Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not that I don't understand. It's not that I don't understand. Please please understand that. I got your point and I got her point. But what I'm saying is, as an influencer, ain't no telling. She can't speak on what she don't know. That's probably what she knows.
I think
tell an influencer what to speak on.
I think that's the thing, is that we are simply, let me just bring it back to the simplicity of this. We heard her opinion, and I think everybody is just reacting to her opinion and giving their opinions on her opinion. Everybody who has an opinion and got it from, whether it was how they was raised, whether it was from being brought up in the church, whether it was because who they was, whether they taught themselves these sorts of opinions. Wherever she got her perspective from, she got her perspective from. I just think at the end of the day, when you hear that perspective, people are going to have opinions about it, whether they agree or disagree, regardless of where it came from. So,
and she did mention that she got her perspective from what she was not taught. And so this is basically blindly walking into or getting counsel from whoever she's getting counsel from on how to be a married woman. This isn't from an upbringing. This is from a lack, something she lacked. So she's still learning. Her words might change years from now. She just got married. Mm-hmm. She ain't even been married a good 5 years yet, I don't think. So she just got married. Her perspective might change as time goes on.
Exactly.
That sounds like fresh marriage.
Baby starts walking, and she's got to be more attentive to that child, and she's gonna have to find that happy medium and how to be attentive to her husband in that child.
I wonder if she's gonna speak the same thing next year. Is the thing. I wonder if she's gonna speak them same words next year.
Yep. All right. So I don't know. So here's the end of it, right? So the only thing I want to show is that we have a TikTok page now, and I got it on our website. So here's some of our videos that we have. These are TikTok is going to be used for highlights. So all our highlight stuff, if you want to see them, go to TikTok. I got to take one video down. It was a little too much for TikTok, and so they already blocked the volume. So it's not on this page. It's It's our newest one, so I gotta take it down. Some things I gotta bleep out, some things I don't. So but other than that, man, you guys enjoy. We're looking for the followers. So like if we go to view profile, this is what we have so far. Oh, we got 10 followers now. So join, share, this is where all the fun and funny and serious stuff is going to come on. And this one's one they blocked, so I got to take it off. I got to take it off. I got to redo it and put it back on here. So I got to figure out what TikTok like and doesn't like. We got some good news coming up. So next week, I believe the ladies, you guys are on, right? Next week.
Yeah, they're running their own show next week.
Okay. So my wife and Ashley is going to join you guys, so it'll be fun. And then the fellas are going to hop in and do one quick thing, and then we're going to leave. Leave you guys to it again. So stay tuned for that. We got some good news coming up, and we love all y'all and love everybody. Thanks for coming, y'all.
Absolutely. Deuces.
Anybody got something to say?
No.
Yes, there's plenty more to say later.
We don't know what we talking about next week.
Huh?
Well,
I thought y'all had it
so
together.
many things in the comments.
But y'all got like 5,000 topics.
Matter of fact, I do got something to say. I got something to say. Thanks for everybody for showing out. The commenters, everybody for viewing. Thank you so much for taking the time out to kick it with us on this Sunday. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
big ups
to y'all, man. And big ups to these ladies.
I know, right?
Big ups
I
to
love
the
having y'all
ladies,
on.
man.
I don't know about that.
Next
But
week.
it was awesome, man.
This nigga's
Mark don't want me on here no more with him. Mark said
no, I want you on here. You better stay on here. You better stay your ass on here.
He just can't be on here with Amber on here at the same time.
I know, it's over for
I don't
that.
think that's gonna work out, fellas.
Nah.
With that being said, we are out 100.
Deuces.
Later.